GM, everybody. Rise and grind. Rise and grind, rise and grind. GM smart investors, GM market watchers. Please, if you're joining our live, you know how we do it. You know always how we do it. Go to the comment section and type live. And don't forget, if you're not watching live, you're watching the replay, go to the comment section and also type replay. We always go back and review people who are active in our community. You know, we have a lot of things in store for you, which we're gonna unroll. And one of the ways we're gonna achieve this is like more like rewarding active participants in our community. Welcome everybody, welcome everybody, welcome everybody. Let me know you're live. Let me know you're live. Wherever you're watching me from, if you're watching me live on YouTube, go to the comment section and type YouTube live. If you're watching me live on X, go to the comment section on X and type live X. If you're watching me live on TikTok, we're also streaming live on TikTok anyway. So go to the comment section and type live TikTok. Oh, Mr. Godspar. Mr. Godspar is watching live from YouTube. We have Edu Creep watching live as well from YouTube. So GM everybody. So I'm not going to waste time. Let me see how I could make the most of my time by making little of my words. Aliyu Kaita, live and direct from X. Yeah, we have someone from X. Give me some very few seconds. Let me see how it's some persons know who we here. Wow, Ali is watching live from X. All right. So welcome everybody to Market Watch Live with Gilbert Joekpata. So Market Watch weekly outlook is a market analysis session of the Smart Investors Board. Weekly, we will look at the three major market events that should bring the most impact and volatility in the market. You know, smart investors don't just follow price; they also follow high impact news. So we'll be looking at the three major market events you should watch out for as a smart investor. And then we'll do some technicals where we'll look at pricing and also do some forecasts, you know, for the week and also more longer time frame. GM Mr. Joseph watching us from YouTube. So welcome everyone, and let's look at the three market events we're watching out for. You know, as our tradition is, we used to look at for these three market events we think will bring us the most volatility, impact also affect your investment, affect your trade. So top on our list happening for this week on Wednesday is Cello is having an ice cream hard fork. So this hard fork is more like a major upgrade within the more like what I call a Gene DA version 2. So what it's going to do for the Cello network is going to improve activities and also so it's more like improve its confirmation time. So this hard fork is going to increase Cello confirmation time. So the time it takes people to now transaction is going to be faster, and it's going to bring more like scalability. The platform is going to scale and also bring some kind of stability within the network. So what our expectation as we watch out for Cello ice cream hard fork is that we're going to expect increased activities within the network, and these increased activities can lead to price swing. You know, and which what should we be watching out for? Upside to the downside. Typically, the upside because upgrade like this, which makes the network better, always speculators. It drive traders who are looking for some short-term gain. So beyond also, you know, technicals or fundamentals, which this is a fundamental activity that can get priced in, you know, over a period of time. But one very important kind of analysis you should always pay attention to is also the sentimental analysis. So this is going to drive sentiment, you know, to the seller network. Next analysis happening on Wednesday. We're watching out for the US core PPI, you know, index. So This is more like the producers' inflation numbers. And we're launching out for some very early sign in the market because, hang on, sorry. I'm back. So we're watching out for PPI. And why is this PPI numbers very important? Is that an early sign of more like PPI data give us an early sign of CPI trends. It's typical. So the producer's inflation is an early sign we could use to anticipate what will happen in inflation, which is CPI numbers. So a higher than expected means stronger USD. And so if a higher than expected PPI numbers come out, it's also going to lead to risks on asset going weaker. And then third on our list we're watching out for is the US CPI numbers. Don't forget, PPI number is going to give us early sign of CPI trends. So once PPI number come out on Wednesday, we can anticipate with a level of certainty what we should see in regards to CPI data. So the previous CPI number, which is inflation, was 2.7%, but there's more like an economic forecast that we are going to have a 2.9% inflation number. So this is the most watched inflation gauge, in the market. But what should we expect? A hot reading could fuel rates fears, and shape both the cryptocurrency market and stock market. However, this is something I want us to know. This is something I want us to know beyond the books, beyond the theory we're looking at in CPI. One, we're expecting rate cuts, right? But why expecting rate cuts? For us to be sure we're having rate cuts and not just have rate cuts and anticipate like two rate cuts. The same way we're expecting the job numbers that came out last week to be weaker, we're also expecting that inflation should be lower. So the fact that job numbers were lower than we expected, and we can anticipate that we're not just rate cut on this September, we'll also have another coming or by December. And but like uh, the market, and that is why I think that the market is quite bullish. There are reasons to be cautious, as we still dive into the market, and we still think that there will be some more downside in 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 the cryptocurrency market. So let's look at something. Let's look at something. Let's do a little bit of technicals. Let me know. Let me have some feedback from all of you. Okay, I'm sure you do. So look at something. Last week, a lot of work right here, and it's still here. We're coming from a long way where we give you the inverse head and shoulder pattern. And we had this breakout at this point. Some persons thought it was the end of the bear market. We anticipate we're going upward, downward. And while we're here, we're range bound, and we showed you the range. But within the past 2 weeks, we let you know that okay, we're going to be testing the support with the risks of the market still coming, downwards to this point. And we let you know the new range that we could probably test this local support will be this level. And afterwards, it will still lead us back to this range and then upward continuation, to some other upside high. So as much as we're looking at cautious in macroeconomics and we're pricing it in here technically. At the same time, this does not mean that we don't still see Bitcoin having a more upward continuation. And we still have the 140 to 150 uh, market target, which we've had all this while. But there's something I still want to show to you. Let me do something else. Let me clean this a little bit. No, I don't like the fact that I just cleaned this structure because if I was not doing this, I would have used a different distinct point. I would have used a different BTC USD pair because I so mapped out those structures, and the structures are quite important to me because I used to watch out for where we are in the market. But there's something I would like all of you to take notice for. I'm trying to let you know that even though we are at drawdown price is, and also the previous chart we showed last week, I want to show you also a trend line. We're having some more downside. So we had, so the truth at this point is that I don't know. Yes, I'm bullish in a bigger time frame, but I'm very, very cautious. And we've priced in macroeconomics, priced in some chart analysis we did last week. And looking further also, I'm still trying to show you. So while we've been here, where do we think we're going to test next? I think we're about to have another retest somewhere around this level. But if you notice here, still driving this trend into the future. Looking at the fact that we're anticipating another retest, it still shows this 100K. Who remembers in the other level we showed, we're having an expectation within the 100K and below. So at this level, I still think that the market is still being poised for, of course, even more downside. Hang on. So very simple. I still have a bearish thesis for Bitcoin. And, I think last week I was telling you why institutional investors were selling. And somebody sent a data to me showing me that the biggest whale sell off happened in 2022. Since 2022, we had the biggest whale sell off. So I'm still very cautious, and I also think we should be very cautious. However, so there are two things for those of you who are taking more like trend trades. We will start buying the moment we test, a new support level. But then if you're dollar cost averaging into some other cryptos, these are still a great opportunity for you to dollar cost average while we go down in anticipation, of another upside continuation. But then let's do a little bit of Ethereum. Let's look at Ethereum for this week also. What are we anticipating in Ethereum? Okay, we have Ethereum here in the 4RC, and what would I like you to pay attention to in regards to Ethereum? On the other hand, Ethereum looks slightly bullish here for me. Let me show you what I see with my eyes. So Ethereum is moving an ascending channel. So have you noticed? This is an ascending channel is moving within. However, I could spot a falling word. So what is a focal pattern that always shows that sellers are getting exhausted? And what happens the moment sellers get exhausted in the war? You know, whenever looking at bull and bear wars, if the bears get bad, automatically it's an opportunity that we will have on a smaller time frame, especially. We're gonna have Ethereum do a little bit of a surge, which is micro time frame surge. We're gonna have ETH. That's my. There's this tool I'm looking for. Let me use it in highlighting and preaching. Okay, here we go. Yes, so buyers have an opportunity. So when they do, we will have probably, let's say, and there are levels to this. There are levels to this. 700. Then it depends. We may form some test afterwards. Very probable. Let me see. We may have a retest around this level. And at this point, it will be testing the bottom of the ascending channel or upward continuation. But all of that is going to depend on momentums and general happenings, you know, in the market. So for BTC, uh, I won't lie, the market is bearish. The market is bearish. There is no fancy words to that. The market is generally bearish for BTC, while Ethereum on a smaller time frame look rather more poised. It rather looks more positioned for a little bit of a short term or micro time frame upside surge. Let me know if you have some question. If you have some question, let me see if I could give you more time. If you have a question, let me know. So, what should you be doing as we enter this new week? As traders, you always have opportunity to trade the market. You can look for short-term price swing to the downside. You short the market and make profits regardless of where the market is going to. And then if we have a micro time frame upside, you go long. However, as smart investors, we are still in the market. Dollar cost averaging, it's every drawdown that the market presents to us. However, like I've always said, this is not time to be investing for the long term in the market. Some of you who have been following us for a long while should understand what this means when I say this is not time to be investing for the long term. This is because here in the Smart Investors Board, we always invest using market circle and also market calendar. So we always like to buy during bear markets, and during the bullish market when everybody thinks that it's the smart thing to start buying, we start selling that particular time to them. So right now, what we're doing is we're selling. We started buying at 16, 17K, 24K, we say is the beginning of a bull run. And we've been holding. But what we've been doing all this while is that we've been selling our weak assets into stronger assets. Like I've always said, the last asset we are going to sell is BTC, you know. But right now, if you're investing into the market right now, and it shouldn't be for the long term, and you should be investing looking at technical levels and you're taking profit. So right now you're just relatively looking at pricing, and so this is what we're doing. While we still take trades as traders, and also look out into investing into fundamentally solid assets, but also using technical levels. That's what we're doing also at the Premium channel. And so, if you're interested in what we're doing at the Smart Investors Lodge Premium community, go to Discord, or let me know right here in the comment section you're interested in what we're doing. The Smart Investors Lodge Premium channel is a great place. You will tend to see you tend to see what we're buying, what we're selling. You get access to coaching. You also get access to our training materials and all of that. So Adigono Lewis say is asking, what of Soul? Okay, so we'll be publishing technical analysis for Soul, another crypto, within an hour from now on Discord and also on X. Do well to interact with it and find out what we think is going to happen to Soul, for the new investing and trading week. And meanwhile, let me use this opportunity to give a shout out to Boundless Pay. Boundless Pay is it's a crypto app that bridges the traditional finance with the cryptocurrency market. So with Boundless Pay, you could use Boundless Pay app to go to your coffee shop, buy coffee immediately. I do it. Sometimes I go to places to have something, and immediately I use the Boundless Pay app. I convert my crypto into Naira and transfer into their bank account. And Boundless Pay, it's something I recommend. I totally recommend Boundless Pay. I use Boundless Pay myself also as their customer. I totally encourage all of you as well who are market watchers and smart investors. I think there's a link. Check the description here in this video. There's a link to Boundless Pay. Download the app, make use of the app, and do well to give me a feedback, in regards to how you use Boundless Pay. Meanwhile, don't forget, my friends, if you must invest or trade the cryptocurrency market, make sure you're investing and trading smartly, my friends.